Good morning, everyone. How's it going? Getting my tea on because it's so cold here. It's 20 degrees. I mean, it's just not right. It is not right that it's 20 degrees right now. It's supposed to be spring. Hello, hello. So today I had gotten a couple of new decks that we're going to play with. Hello, everyone. Hey, Steph. Hello, hello. Good. I'm glad you're doing well. I'm just cold. I'm cold today. But it's okay, right? Warm weather is on its way. It's coming, right? Well, for me anyway. I know my friend's out in Vegas and she's like, oh, it's so hot. It's like 85. I'm like, yeah, that's enough of that. Just stop right now. So welcome, good morning or afternoon, everyone. This is Jen from the Cartomancer, and we are here for our weekly readings. So we also have a new moon. Oh, Steph, whatever. That's where I need to be, somewhere warm. I need it. Or at least need to be a snowbird. I need to get to that point where I can do that. Then I would be fine, because once it gets warm up here, then it's not so bad. It's not as warm as I'd like, but it's not so bad. So there is that. I'm going to come visit you, Steph. Oh yes, new moon. We have new moon in Aries on Friday. So start of the zodiac calendar season, however you want to say it. And it is, hi, Hummingbird Tarot. And it is, a fantastic time to start new things. So today we have, yes, it has been, there's like a whole bunch of planets just all hanging out today. So, it's really important too, I think, even just with the new moon coming up. Well, I'm happy you're back. I think that it's really important for us to know where we stand on things. Make sure our base is secure, because there's a lot of emotions, a lot of things happening, and we know everything is, we kind of went out of COVID and rolled right into this war. It's ridiculous. So lots of just stuff going on, and with all these planets kind of bumping around on each other, there's just going to be a lot of static going on. So making sure your base is secure is so, so important, and just making sure that you know your truth and that you won't get lost in all the stuff going on and the emotion attached to it, right? Because it's so easy to get lost in emotion when things are really going crazy. So, new moon, start some new things. What do you want to start? What do you want to bring in for the rest of the year? That's a fantastic time to do that. So that is on Friday. And the new decks, I told you I had some new decks today. So we're going to do a tarot deck and an oracle deck today. And I got the Tarot Neocolonial de las Americanas from US Games. They are very nice to me. They always send me stuff. So this is brand new. And this is by Patrick McGarth Muniz. So we are going to play with that. I haven't even started. I opened it and I looked through it. So this is the first time we're going to play with it. And then the Wisdom of Hafiz. This is beautiful deck. And I actually, look at how it opens. See, you have it here. It's a magnet. Oh, look how pretty that is. That, I was opening it and I'm just looking at it oh. The opening part is really pretty. I haven't even opened it yet. And look at how pretty. It's just so pretty. So we're going to do that because, why not? We just want to hang out with our new stuff, right? And this one, I'm going, and I also will be doing reviews on both of these over on my channel at Stardust Wanderer Tarot. So if you want to check out the full walkthrough and everything, you can head over there and do that because I'll probably video it right after we're done here. So this deck, is also, it's kind of like an ode to Puerto Rico. I'm also Puerto Rican. And so as soon as I saw this, I was just like, ooh, I need to have it. Yeah, so let's see what we get here. I just wanted to look at the, let's see. I'm just looking in his little description here to see if there was anything else that I needed to add to this. I don't think so. But yeah, I'm very excited to have it and really dive into it. So that's what we're going to be doing for sure. Hello, Callie and Saphira. Hello, everybody. Yeah, it's a really pretty deck, the other one. So we're going to use our 2 decks. We're going to go ahead and pull for every sign of the zodiac. So I always want to mix it up. So I think what I'm going to do, we're going to start in the middle. We're going to start at Leo today. How about that? Let's mix it up a little bit, folks. What do you think? And I just want to shuffle these cards a little bit because, like I said, I just took them out and looked through them quick, but I didn't really shuffle them good. And so let's do some housekeeping, shall we? Next Thursday, 11 a.m. Pacific and 2 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to be speaking with Laura Tempest Zacroft, and she wrote Anatomy of a Witch. So I will be speaking with her here on Instagram. We're going to be chatting about her book. She's got all sorts of stuff. She makes beautiful, all sorts of beautiful drawings that she turns into like flags and stuff, and they're really cool. So we're going to just talk about all things, just all the things. So make sure to join us there. And our spring issue just came out. So if you would like to grab that, the quickest, easiest way to do that would be to grab the e-zine. So the link in our bio will take you where you need to go to get that. And for that issue, I wrote about star seeds. And what I did is I kind of took a little dive into TikTok, talking about star seeds, seeing what other people are saying about them, just to kind of gauge it. Quite interesting. Quite interesting. Yeah. You know, it's one of those things like when you're just on the scroll, if you're looking on there, it's all right. When you specifically go diving in for some stuff, boy, you're like, I feel like I'm forever changed now that I looked for starseed information on TikTok. And, you know, I do this, and obviously I know that it's not all very, it's not, you know, not good information for the most part. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Amber. And, you know, it's just really interesting, though, to see, like, what people come up with and what they are talking about and how they relate the information. Which I guess, you know, that kind of goes for anything, right? And that, you know, even religion, anything. Like, everybody's kind of different take on it. Which I love hearing people's, you know, different opinions and stuff on it. But I always draw the line when you start telling somebody that they're doing the wrong thing. I mean, obviously, if you're hurting someone, that kind of thing. But, or just very gloom and doom. I mean, it's just not necessary. And there's a lot of it on there. And I just like, I'm looking around like, oh boy. So if you'd like to check that issue out and all the other awesome issues we have, you can go to the link in our bio and grab the e-zine. It's the quickest way to get to it. So I'm done, almost done shuffling here. Get our Oracle deck out. Look at the edging. I am a sucker for gold edging. I am in the middle of, yeah, I know, right? And now I'm like jumping into a whole nother realm of craziness. That one will be in the summer issue. I am actually in the middle of creating 2 decks right now. And one is kind of like a space pirate deck. And it's definitely going to have edging. I think gold edging. Probably gold. Because it's like, even though they're space pirates, they're still pirates. So, I mean, I think gold is probably the way to go, right? I think that's really what we need to do. So, that's that. All right. So, let us go to start here. We're going to start with, hello. Oh, what was that? Oh, there was something like blowing in the front of my window. I didn't know what. I thought there was something coming out. Yes. If you go look on my page at Stardust Wanderer Tarot, my personal one, I post a whole bunch of cards that I've let out, that I've released, that I let out. I couldn't find the words. That I've released so far. So, yes. So, hopefully, towards the end of the year, that'll be on its way to Kickstarter fun. Oh, yeah. See, I know, the gold. Like, I look at the other ones and I'm like, but I always go back to gold, always. So where are we? Leo. We're starting at Leo. Come on, Leo. Let's see what we get here. We're going with 3 of coins. Right away, 3 of coins. I love that. So, Leo, how are you showing up for your team? Whether that's your home team, your family, your work team, maybe even a sports team, who knows? But how are you showing up for your team? I think, Leo, that's what the focus is this week. Are you showing up like you want to? Are you showing up in a way that maybe isn't really your best and that it might be time to tweak? I think it's time to look at that, Leo. That's where your focus needs to be. How are you showing up, and is it the way that you want to show up? So let's see what the wisdom of Hafiz. I don't know if that's how you say it, but it's how it's happening right now. All right, Leo. So we're getting, relax. I love that. Hello. So for relax, let's see what this says for it. And I love that. And I love that, that is an interesting thing too, because we're saying, how are you showing up? Maybe you're showing up too much, Leo. I mean, it could happen, right? Maybe you're being a little bit too overbearing. So maybe it's time for you to relax, right? Maybe that's what the card is saying for you. So that is definitely something, Oh, see, and I like this. The moon's so relaxed and knowing. People can say anything about her and she won't mind a bit. So I love that, right? So that is, again, like, how are you showing up, Leo? And maybe if you're being a little too much, it's time to chill a little bit, right? So moving on. Awesome. Yay, Lisa. All right. So then let's go to Virgo. We'll just go straight down from here and round up on the other side. So another 3 card. Okay, so this is the day of 3s apparently. So we have the 3 of Cups. So Virgo, how are you having fun this week? What are you doing for fun, Leo? No, not Leo. I mean, Leos, you can have fun too. Maybe you got a Virgo you can hang out with. But Virgos, that's who we're talking about. Virgos, what are you doing for fun? Maybe it's time for you to connect with some people. Maybe you've just been in your own little world, doing your own little thing. But you know what, Virgo? It's time to just put all that stuff down and go have some fun. Go do something that you haven't done in a long time. I am waiting for this weather to stop because I want to go roller skating. And I was looking at my roller skates and I'm looking at the snow outside because we got snow yesterday. And I'm like, this is not approved. I do not approve this situation. So Virgos, what are you doing? How are you having fun? What are you, get out of your bubble. That's what the advice is this week. Get out of your bubble, Virgos. All right, let's see what Oracle card. I just keep looking at this and I'm just like, this gold is just making me happy. Are they really? Oh my gosh, Lisa, look at you. So rest deeply. I love that. So a lot of, everything's telling us to chill out, and maybe for you that resting is going and doing something with some friends, getting together, just letting loose and not worrying about that to-do list. So Virgos, why wouldn't you take that advice? I mean, come on. The card said so. That's it. So I think you need to do it. So then that brings us to our Libras. And I have to shuffle these cards. So these cards are very long. Look how long they are. Like this is not like tarot-ish size, even though it's an oracle card. This is the back, by the way, the backs. Look how they're kind of big. So I kind of really have to side shuffle them. Or else they'll be all over. And it's just going to be like Jen's weekly 52 or 78 pickup. I would say 52, but 78 really. All right, Libras. We have for you the Knave of Cups. Whoops. So I feel that, right now, there's a lot going on for you. And maybe you have some situations that have been kind of stagnant. And so you're starting to really feel that in your gut. You're like, all right, things are just starting to be blah, like this stale. So how can you get them new again? How can you make them new and exciting? What can you do? And that could even be your relationship with yourself, Libra, right? Like sometimes we're one of the first people that we put aside is ourselves, right? And it's so easy to do that because we're like, you know what? I don't need to do this. I'll do it later because everybody else needs help, right? But for you, that's what I think this is. I really think you need to revive your relationship with yourself and put some emotion, put that into you. Like what makes you excited? Where is the excitement in your life? And maybe you need to do that. I know. The flying pig. Look at, and he's just got this like, I don't know if you can see because of the filter, he's got this like little curly tail and everything. And and I love that you noticed that, Lisa, too, right? So Libras, maybe you're like, yeah, when pigs fly, that's when I'm going to start taking care of myself. See, Lisa just called you out on that. So now that means you need to do something for yourself. Self-care all the way. Thank you for that. Oh, I love that little pig. He's so cute. All right. Let's see what we got here. Pause for reflection. I know, Steph, I'm Libra too. I know. And I feel like I want to be yelling at myself all the time when I'm doing this. Pause for reflection. So what a pretty card that is, right? And, that kind of goes along. Take that time to be like, wait a minute, where am I missing myself in my life? Right? Like maybe you really are just kind of going through the motions, doing what you have to do. And again, worrying about everybody else. Now it's time for you to stop and worry for yourself, about yourself, right? So I forgot that all of a sudden, like Instagram gave me this thing where I can like comments. So I try to like them when I can because I always feel like you get like, they give you these options and then they take them away. What did I lose? I think I lost like my filter option for like a couple of weeks. I was so sad. These are things that make me happy, okay? I entertain very, very easily. And they took my filters away for like 3 or 4 weeks. I was like, what is this nonsense? And then they were back. So I'm not asking any questions. All right, so moving on. Also, too, if anybody wants a card pulled for them, if you're on your phone, you can use the little question mark bubble, or just put it in the comments. You can put it in caps to make sure I see it. I just like that it doesn't show up if you're not on your phone, which is silly. Just like they don't let you go live on a computer on Instagram, which would make my life so much easier. Because when was it? A couple weeks ago when I was doing this, my phone like jumped out of the thing and just went flying. It was great. It was so great. All right, where am I? Scorpio. All right, Scorpios, what do we got for you? Oh, we got the moon. Look at that. Oh, I love that. And look at, she's got like a little tattoo. Oh, it's a little stingray. Oh, that's so interesting. Oh, I love that. So I think instead of the scorpion or the crawdad thingy, like they did, I don't know if you can see, I got a glare. There's like a little stingray right there. How cool is that? I like that. Oh, and it's like, oh, they're flooded. That's interesting. All right. This is a very, like, I'm like looking, I'm just like, don't mind me. I'll be back in a minute. I'm just lost in this card right now. Trying to, there's like a lot going on here. And then look at the dog. Whoops. Look, he's up on the house here. And then she's got that. So that's very interesting. So the moon, it's kind of one of those cards, like things aren't always what they seem, and that sort of thing. So for you, Scorpio, I feel like that you're probably seeing a situation and you're looking at it probably not in the most positive light, but it's really not as bad as you think it is. So when I'm saying this, and Scorpios, if that's resonating with you, a situation pops right in your head, take some time to really reflect on it and think about it and break it down a little bit, because it's really not what it seems. It's not as bad as you think it is. So that's my advice to you, Scorpios. Let me pull the oracle card and then I will pull the cards for our questions. So we're getting guidance is golden. Oh, I like that. So Scorpio, maybe you need to bounce this off someone else. Maybe you need to talk to them and see what, how they feel about the situation. Or you need somebody to tell you like, hey, Scorpio, the situation isn't that bad. So maybe that's what you need to do. So maybe if you have somebody you can talk to about it, then most certainly I'd say go for it for sure. Hello. All right. So let's pull some cards for these questions. I know I saw this question bubble. All right, Lisa, what can I do to strengthen my foundation? Ooh, that's a good question. I like that one. And that'll be good too, to like something for, you know, to bring in with that new moon coming in on Friday. My moon is in Aries, actually. So I'm all about this fiery moon. So we have the Papisa, the Popus. So for me, so the Popess, I said the Popus, that's Popus, I don't even know. So the Popess. So for me, I really think that is all about, you know, it's building that base, like your foundation and building it. And I think it's like just, I see you like going around the structure of your, you know, of your life and just kind of tweaking little things. Lisa, I think that's really what it is for you. It's like, I feel like you have a really good foundation, but a couple things need to be tweaked. And whatever pops in your head when I'm saying that, that's what you need to look at. And, you know, really also using the new moon to kind of call that in as well will also kind of help back you up as well, back you up too. So I think, you know, for you, it's, you know, you are the head of your household, you know, like everything's revolving around you, you know, whether it's kids, family, other family members. But I feel that, you know, and that also too comes down, your base is also yourself. So again, that is also bringing that self-care part into it. You can't be in, you know, directing all these things around you if your cup's empty. So what can you do to fill your cup, Lisa? I think that's a part of it too. All right, so spiritual entrepreneur, can you please give me some insight on where I should focus in my relationship marriage? Ooh, wow, okay. We had a card jump out, so that's the one we're going with. So we have the Hermit. So that is, to me, that means alone time with this, you know, with your spouse. Maybe you haven't really been taking some, you know, time for each other yet. Maybe you have just been kind of going through the day and doing what you're doing and that routine of it, right? Can you take some time to go do something together, away from everybody else? Like, I feel like you guys need some extra alone time. I think that's really important for you right now, spiritual entrepreneur. All right, Hummingbird Tarot. What steps are needed for my endeavors of my business? Okay, so let's see. What step? You're very welcome, Lisa. Just shuffling away. All right, so let's see. The King of Coins. That's a good one, Hummingbird Tarot. That's a good one. I like that. So you need to make sure your finances are in order, and also make sure you know what you want to bring in with your business, right? Like, you just, you know, starting business and you hope to make money. Start making some goals. Start, you know, all right, so this month we have our new month coming up, right? Again, new moon, let's use that. I want to make sure I bring in X amount of dollars this month, right? And it's almost like taking charge of that. And then again, when you do that, you want to make some action steps. So for you, I think it's really important to create some action steps towards how much you want to make, but you have to know, right? Because when you know, also you're putting that out into the universe. So the universe is like, oh, okay, they're ready to make some money here, and this is how much they want to make, and they're putting it out that they want to make it. So then the universe will return it to you. So make some money goals, make some action steps towards your money goals. That's what you have to do this week. All right. So where do we leave? So we're going to go to Sagittarius now. All right, Sag. Sagittarius is actually my rising sign. I'm very fiery, can you tell? Awesome. Yay. All right. Let's see what we got here. All right, Sagittarius, what do we got for you? We have the Tower. I feel like, did we pull this? You're very welcome. I feel like I pulled this last week for Sagittarius. I feel like I did. I don't remember. I'd have to go back and look, but, oh, good. Awesome. So, Sagittarius, the Tower. You know what? Sometimes things need to be broken down for them to be rebuilt. And it doesn't, you know, the Tower, I know, is like the Tower. It doesn't always need to be that dramatic. And, you know, I feel like, too, that we can kind of make it as dramatic as we want. If we want it to be like, well, we can. But that's also giving yourself more work. But I think you know, Sagittarius, what it is like. Some stuff, you know, and that could be relationship situations. That could be just, even just practical stuff like your everyday, your habits, and all of those things. Maybe they're not serving you. Maybe they're just making your life more difficult. And until you actually take the time to break them down and reframe them, thoughts even, it's gonna just get to that point where something's gonna happen big because you are ignoring it. So Sagittarius, that's my advice. Like, don't ignore these little things. Do something about it and give it the time. Reframe it, restructure it, whatever you need to do so that you don't, down the line, have the big event happen. Let's see what Oracle card is here for you. Again, the gold, like, it's just reflecting off everything, and it's just making me so happy. So, engage trust. Oh, I love that. So, Sagittarius, and look at that butterfly. Oh my gosh, guys, look at that butterfly. It's so pretty. Engaging trust. So I think that really means like trusting yourself, Sagittarius, that you can, it's okay for you to, you know, break this stuff down, and you can do it, and you have the strength and the tools you need. So you can do it. I have faith in you, Sagittarius. So Capricorns, what's next? All right, Capricorns. So those of you that just joined us too, next week, next Thursday, I'm going to be talking with Laura Tempest, the Croft, and we're going to be chatting about her new book. I have it here, Anatomy of a Witch, and that's going to be at 11 Pacific and 2 p.m. Eastern right here on Instagram. That's going to be a lot of fun. All right. Let's go ahead and do Capricorn, and then I'll answer that question. So we have the Four of Wands. Four of Wands, Capricorn. And I feel like the building your base is like our theme of the week or something. Because, you know, you're to that point where you know how you want things to go. And you know what you want your base to be. You know how you want everything structured, Capricorn. And that's what brings you joy, is making sure everything is where it's supposed to be. Everybody's where they're supposed to be this week. But I think for you too, it's also making sure that you don't forget the little things going on. Because sometimes we do get lost in the big things, and then we miss these little moments. So I do feel like there's little things that are going on around you that you could easily just push aside and not pay attention to. But I think it's really important for you to do that. Pay attention to the little things going on. And that could be, you know, just sitting for a minute and just being mindful, or, you know, you see birds outside, taking the time to look outside at that bird instead of being like, oh, I got to leave, I got to go do whatever. No, take the time to do that. And I think noticing the little things is really important for you, for sure, Capricorn. So let's pull the Oracle card here. All right. Take stock of your achievements. Look how pretty that is. And, you know, and I think that's important too, right? Because, you know, we don't do that often. We don't give ourselves credit. So I think as you're taking time to pay attention to these little moments, also give yourself some credit too. Like, you know what? I organized all this. It's running smoothly. Go me. So do that, Capricorn. Let's grab our question. All right. All right, Steph, what do we got for you? With my upcoming move, my job had to create a unique but not ideal way for me to stay with the company from MA Willoughby. Oh, okay. All right, interesting. But yay. All right. Let's see what we get here. Look at the Ace of Cups. New beginnings, right? That's awesome. That's a great card. So I feel like that you definitely, you know, it's definitely a new job. It's not the ideal situation, but you know what? You have what it takes to make it a permanent job. So I think that's really what you need to keep in mind. Instead of worrying whether it's permanent, just it is. That's it. This is going to be permanent and I'm going to make it stay that way. And I think thinking outside the box for you is really important to make sure that you make it like, yeah, you need me. And even though this is different, it's going to work out, and it's going to, and making sure that you know, really reassure everybody that you're still able to perform it. You're still able to do these things, even though that you're a little further away. You know, and I think right now too, it's like one of those things, so many jobs are changing because of now, you know, we were home for so long too. So there's like so much of that changing. So it's almost like a great time too, because it's like right in the middle of that change. So that is also going to help make it, a more solid position as well. So that's what I got for you, Steph. That was a good one. I liked that one. All right. So what do we got next? We got our Aquarius. All right, Aquarius. What do we got for you? These cards are doing a lot of thinking. You're so very welcome today. Like, they're just thinking. So, King of Wands. So we got for you, Aquarius, King of Wands. Look at that. I think you're the king of action this week. And whatever it is that you want to be doing in the next few months, now is the time to jump on it. Now it's just time to like set it into motion. That's what you need to do, Aquarius. Time to set those plans in motion, into motion, rather. I like that. Very interesting. I feel like we're getting such like a mix of everything today. I'm like looking at the back of this card because I thought it looked like a dog, but it doesn't. It's like one of those cards. Look at the back of this. It's like one of those, I got like this glare. It's like you could just stare at it. You know, you stare at it and you just see all different things. Like that's what was happening. I had a total ADD moment, I guess. So ask for help. That's interesting, right? So we have the king of, like setting, you're ready to set your plans into motion, Aquarius. Now, yeah, there you go. Exactly. It's time for you to ask for help as well. Like sometimes when we want to set big plans into motion, it's kind of scary, you know, and you're like, crap, can I really do this? Ask for help. All right, Aquarius, because you're ready and you might just need that little gentle nudge to get you going. And don't be afraid to ask for that. So that's that. Let's see, we got for Pisces. All right, Pisces. We've got the Knave of Coins. It's a very interesting card. I was looking at this little one, and oh, it is a headlamp. I was trying to decide if it was a headlamp. I guess it is, kind of. Very, like, look at this. There's just a lot, you know, these cards would be really great to journal with because there's so much going on in them. Like, I have to read the descriptions. When I do my walkthrough over on Stardust channel, I'm going to just go through them. And I usually read a couple of the descriptions and stuff because I always like to see what their reason for putting all the things in the cards and everything. That's what makes collecting cards so awesome, because you get to see everybody's interpretation. So anyway, back to Pisces, we have the Knave of Coins. You know, you are very generous person. You love to give people a chance. You love to give them sometimes more chances than they deserve, Pisces. It happens. It happens because we all want everyone to be happy. But, you know, I feel like Pisces, for you, it's instead of making that quick decision to kind of give that person another chance, I think it's time for you to just kind of stand back a moment and just be like, okay, what has this person, like, has this person wronged me or my family or my friends? And do they deserve another chance? Have they been letting me down so many times where it's getting ridiculous? And don't be afraid to ask others about it as well and get their opinion on it, Pisces, because I do feel that it's, you know, the coins, it's like, you know, the earthly stuff and stuff around you, or maybe you just let somebody borrow something, or you had a friend, like, I feel like we all have that one friend we let borrow books and they never gave the book back. I lent Wicked to somebody. She never gave it back. It's been like 10 years and I'm still not over it. Will I lend her another book? No. I don't really see her anymore anyway, but that's the point. Like, you know, maybe it's around you. And I feel like it's something that is, you know, within your perimeter. Like, whoever this person is, like, you've just been giving too many chances to. Like, that is totally what's popping in my head for you, Pisces. So, you know, before you go ahead and you give, think about it and think about if it's something that this person is worthy of it, whether it's your time, your effort, your advice, whatever. Let me take a drink. And of course it's snowing outside, but then my allergies are acting up, so that makes sense. All right, what's next here? We got move forward. That's an interesting twist to it, right, Pisces? So now it's time for you to kind of move past that. And I feel like you need to move past that situation and or person. That's all I got on that one. Just move past it. All right, now that brings us to Aries, because we started in the middle, right? All right, Aries. Doing our little shuffle. So our spring issue just came out recently, and if you'd like to take a peek at it, getting the e-sign is probably the quickest way to do that, and you can follow the link in our bio to do that as well if you would like. All right, so we have the Four of Coins. So Four of Coins for you, Aries. You know what? You are keeping, I think it's a good idea for you to kind of keep your ideas, your, you know, I want to say possessions, but not like physical possessions, like just kind of like your thoughts and maybe your ideas to yourself this week. You know, we have the new moon in Aries, so we like, you know, we want to start new things, but I feel like it's not time for you to share just yet. I think you should hold on to this a little bit longer, and it's almost there, but not quite. So Aries, that's something to keep in mind as you move along this week. And then our cards. Pause for reflection. We got that one again. So I think, you know, because you're kind of holding your cards close, you know, it's giving you that time to reflect and kind of pause and decide, like, am I ready to share this yet? Am I ready to put this out into the universe or into the world, depending on whatever it is that maybe it's something you want to manifest, maybe it's an idea, maybe it's an action. But I think that you should definitely take the time to reflect on it before you share it. And that's that. I think is, you know, and I think that's always a good piece of advice, right? Is just pause, because we are, you know, we are kind of like goldfish and we are online. Obviously, here we are. But we're always so anxious to share everything right away, right? And we don't have to do that. And sometimes it's better not to, right? Like sometimes it's better just to kind of keep it close, let things just kind of move along as they're supposed to before you just blast it everywhere. So, you know, I think that's a really good way to look at it and something to keep in mind. Taurus. All right, Taurus. Hello, hello. There we go. So for Taurus, we have whoa. Did you see they just like went flying? We got the Hermit for you, Taurus. This week, I think for you, it's all about just being in your space and making your space the best it can be for you. And I think also too that maybe it's time for you to do some spring cleaning or rearrange things, because especially for you, Taurus, like your home is like definitely your home, obviously your home base, but that's where you're most comfortable. So making sure that those spaces are always clear, like maybe you need to do a smoke cleanse. Maybe if it's, decent outside, you can open all the windows and doors and just kind of air things out. Because I feel like that'll also kind of clear your head as well. So that as you move along the week, that you will be able to kind of, know what you can deal with and know what you don't want to deal with and not get caught up in anything. I wish I can open my windows and doors, even just for a little bit, maybe in a couple days. But it's currently 20 out. I'm not doing that today. Definitely not. Ask for help. So I feel like we keep getting this same couple cards here. So Taurus, maybe you have some spaces you need to clear, but it's looking a little overwhelming to you. Ask for help. That's it. If you need help, ask for it. That's it, Taurus. Because sometimes, and I have a Taurus, one of my sons is a Taurus, and, you can be stubborn at times, get very stuck in your ways. And sometimes, sometimes it's good, but sometimes it's not good, because then that means we can get stuck in good habits and or bad habits. So if you're getting stuck in, just a space, like even if it's your home space, like you need to clear it out and you just can't, or you just don't feel like it, ask for help and maybe even someone to remind you or nudge you along. So that brings us to Gemini. So Gemini is the Six of Cups. So Gemini, you have so much knowledge to share. And I think this week, somebody's going to be looking for your advice, and it's going to be on a heart matter. It might be a relationship. It might be changing jobs, or just maybe somebody just needs an ear, someone to listen to and bounce ideas off of, or some advice. So Gemini, just when that situation shows up, it's showing up for a reason, because that person needs to hear what you have to say. So be sure to just kind of give it that time. Don't push it off. Don't just kind of poo-poo it. That person really needs your piece of advice that you have for them. So make sure you give it to them this week. Ooh, and our card, rest deeply. So and I think with this one, it's really about, by helping others and by being that listening ear and possibly giving that advice that they need, that's going to help them to really be able to rest emotionally. So that's always a nice idea, right? And Gemini too, if somebody, like as I was even saying, if somebody popped in your head, maybe that's even a sign for you to go reach out to them as well. That's something to think about. So then that brings us to our Cancer. So Cancer is the last sign we have, as we mix it up a little bit. So if you would like me to pull a card for you, now would be a great time to do that. Hello. So let's pull for our Cancers. So Cancers, we got the Tower. So for you, I feel like big changes are happening, Cancer. And it's kind of like one of those things, like you got that ball rolling and now things are happening for you. So it's like, oh shit, here we go. Hold on for the ride, and go with it, Cancer. I think that's really what the message is with this card today, is go with the flow, because we plan things in our head and we want things to go a certain way, but there is always a plot twist, right? Always. So just knowing that there could be one, and just to prepare for it and just be like, you know what? We're just going to go with it. It's whatever, how it's going to happen is how it's supposed to happen. And don't get so stuck on ideas of how things are supposed to be. So I think just keeping it very fluid is important for you, Cancers. And let's see what card we got here. So again, I pulled this card like 5 times today. I swear I'm shuffling. So pause for reflection. And I think with this, with the Tower card, it's like, yeah, again, like I said, Cancer, you set it into motion. So when you start kind of getting into that panicky mode, like reminding yourself of that, oh yeah, I made this happen. I want this to happen. And I think by kind of going back to that beginning space will also help you to move along as everything starts to unfold. So that's all the zodiac. When we split it down the middle and went all different ways with it. Excuse me, if you would like me to draw a card for you, this would be the time right now. And like I mentioned before, the e-sign is available. Go to the link in our bio. And also next week I'm going to be talking with Laura Tempest Zocroft. I think I want to add a T to it. There's no T. But she wrote Anatomy of a Witch. She wrote Sigil Witchery, I think is the name of it. Sigil Witchery. All sorts of books she wrote. Like she's pretty a magical, badass kind of chick. So she has a lot of stuff. And I always, you know what I always love? I love too is the font. I don't know if you can see it. The font that they use on these. It's really pretty. Yes, I can draw a card for you. So I'm going to be talking with her on Thursday, next Thursday on the 7th at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. I'm also going to make a post, and with the post, I always make the reminder, which is really cool feature because you hit that, and as right before it is time, it's going to send you like a notification. So that's something that's really handy. So for you, I got the Pope. So this is the Hierophant, basically. Maybe this week, reaching out for some guidance from a mentor, somebody that you really trust is, you know, if maybe that's something you've been thinking about, maybe you've been wanting to kind of bounce some ideas off of someone. And I think just finding whoever that person is that you know will give you the true answer, that will guide you in the direction, you know, that is going to really benefit you most. I think that's what's important here is just knowing that that person has the best interest at heart for you and that they can guide you in that way. And that could be a teacher. That could be a coach. That could be a friend. That could be an adult that you really trust. So I think that's what you need to know, that yes, it's okay for you to do that and reach out and talk to others and get some advice on a situation. So that's what I love for you. All right. So that's that, everybody. Oh, you're very welcome. I'm here every Monday at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 noon Eastern. So be sure to catch me next week. And keep an eye out for any other goodies we have going on. So definitely make sure to like our page here and also to put the notifications on so you don't miss any of the lives. All right, everybody, you have a fantastic week. Yeah. Happy full new moon. Apparently nothing I'm saying is going to come out right. Happy new moon in Aries. Go manifest some big stuff. And I will see you next week. Bye.